Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we are back with another slime video. And yes, I am pretty late on this because last night I was watching football with some friends, and when the banner dropped and the info dropped, and then when I got home, I was just too tired and a little bit too drunk to intelligently record. I guess would be the way to put that. A video. So we're here now. And we have this new Troop Recruit Heroes Jubilee Showcase. And the question is that I kind of put this up as, maybe you wait for this banner to see what it comes out and see what's on it and see if you really, really want the Masked Hero. And if this banner is actually worth summoning on versus, continuing to summon on Toa and Benimaru, or if you have them, Violet, and if you have her, then maybe Shizu. Because I really like that fire team. I like it a lot, and it can do numbers very, very quickly. Turn 2, you can be doing, almost 200,000 damage. Almost. Maybe turn 3. But, is this banner worth it? Is this Jubilee Showcase worth it with Jubilee also going on right now? And to that, I would say, not really. Unfortunate, because, the main prize is the Masked Hero, which is great, because she's still number 1 top tier. However, if you go actually take a look at this banner, and what it has to offer, it has Wind 2.0, which I personally am not the biggest fan of, but it can be an okay team. Diablo is a fine DPS. He's kind of like Velzard, and Violet, pretty selfish, but it works. Trainee is a special orb converter and the wind attack buffer, but only 25%. Dino is a whole bunch of debuffs that last a while, which will increase the damage that Diablo does, which is fine, but I definitely would not call him necessary. Trainee's special conversion, Frey, is free, so we already have that available. Her wind buff is cool, and her protection trait is very, very good, but I wouldn't say necessary. The Masked Hero, obviously the prize of this banner. Millim's still very, very good DPS. Carrion is a semi-DPS and support with orb changing and his crit damage buff. And then we have Light 2.0 with Xion, Daggerel, and Rimuru. Light 2.0 still being one of my most favorite teams to run. But if you take a look at this was, what? April? And then April, and then May, and then June, right? Space 1.0 is 7 months old. And while it's incredible that the Masked Hero has remained relevant for 7 months, I would not say that Space 2.0 or Space 1.0 is top tier anymore. The water team kind of shits on it. Wind 2.0 is fine, but it suffers from a not so great protector being Gabiru, who is not a 3-3 orb changer, of which you'd have to pull Gabiru, who is also on this banner. We have Gabiru, Veldora, and then Shizu as well for the protectors down here. Which, they're all fine and dandy, but Veldora is very restricted to the space team. Otherwise, you're not taking advantage of his whole reason to exist. Shizu is a very, very good overall protector, being a 3-3 and giving Pierce. Gabiru suffers from being sandwiched in between Veldora, Shizu, and, well, not Veldora, but Shizu and Millim, right? The better Veldora. He suffers a lot. He could have been a lot better if he was a 3-3, but he's not. And the rest, and Light 2.0, as much as I love it, it is getting old, and its damage does start to fall off a little bit. It has been power crept out, and the closest thing I would put it to would be this fire team. Pierce and the light buff and the stacking Pierce damage and all that. I can liken it to the stacks of burn and the extra damage that does, plus the very, very low cost skills that the entire fire team has. So, while this banner does have the hero, it has also got a bunch of units that are set to be replaced, because we don't know what the next meta is going to be. It's going to be the first of the 3.0s, and it could be space, it could be light, it could be wind. Light and wind are the two oldest 2.0 metas, which means that they would chronologically be up first. But we know that, you know, this game doesn't follow that kind of logic. So it could be anything. But I really don't feel like if you have decent parts of this new fire team, that summoning on this team, or this banner, would make it worth it. The hero, very good. 0.33% chance is solid for a banner, right? Solid. It's not like a 0.5 rate, but it's still okay. But the rest of this banner is old. It's going to be power crept out soon, and the new fire team doesn't even have a spot for the hero on it if you're going to run the optimal setup. Like, they've been trying very hard for the past 6 months to make teams that are not dependent on the hero. Which this banner is geared towards Jubilee, which, you know, yes, she is essential for Jubilee. But if you don't give a shit about Jubilee, or you're not even ready to, like, take part in Jubilee, or at least get sweaty, she's not necessary, alright? So I would caution people that if you have Benimaru and Toa, or you have, you know, Benimaru, Toa, and Violet, and you have extra crystals, I would probably suggest you summon on Shizu, or just straight up wait for the next meta, which will come out probably in about a week and a half from now. And, you know, see what that is. Obviously, Shizu is up until the 6th, but Benimaru, Toa, and Violet are up until January 30th, which, you know, leaves you the option of checking out all of the next meta before determining whether you want to keep summoning on Benimaru, Toa, Violet, or you summon for the next meta. Shizu will be limited because she's Christmas, but the main prizes are Violet and Toa on the fire team. This does not outweigh the power of that team, not by a long shot. Light 2.0 can do good damage in 3 turns. You can do good damage in 3 turns, and you do not really do good damage in 3 turns, because you have a whole bunch of big point stacks and, you know, stacks of Veldora you need to get up. That is going to hold this team back. This is a long-term team, this is a short-term team, and this is a fairly short-term team as well. But I think the Fire 2.0 team shits on all of these. So, if you have Fire, continue summoning on Fire. If you have excess crystals, probably save. And if you have the hero, definitely save. Definitely save. If you have the hero and Fire 2.0, don't summon on this banner. Save your crystals for the next meta. It's probably going to be really good because, you know, every meta mostly has been better than the last. Mostly. Earth 2.0. But yeah, I would definitely caution people against summoning on this just because the hero is here. So that's it from me. Let me know. Also, you can pick up any of them for 200 pity, and then, you know, the protectors for 300, just like normal. But let me know if you did summon on this banner. Did you pull anything good? Did you get lucky, or do you immediately regret your decisions? Let me know in the comments. But that's it from me, guys. Take it easy, and I'll see you later. I will begin testing Jubilee literally now.